Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning, wondering why sleep doesn't come as easily as it used to? Maybe your body feels tired, but your mind just won't slow down. Or perhaps you fall asleep quickly, only to wake up at 3 a.m., feeling wide awake and restless. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, sleep changes, sometimes subtly, other times drastically, and those changes can take a real toll on how we feel, both physically and emotionally. But here's something many people don't talk about enough. Sleep isn't just a nighttime routine. It's one of the most powerful tools we have for staying healthy, sharp, and even happy as we age. In fact, good sleep after 65 can boost your memory, lower your risk of chronic diseases, support your immune system, and even help you live longer. Yes, longer and better. You might be thinking, well, I've made it this far. Is sleep really that important at my age? And the answer, truly, is yes. It might even be more important now than ever before. Because your body is doing its healing, its balancing, and its restoration when you sleep. And when that sleep is shallow, broken, or cut short, your body doesn't get the full chance to recharge. That's when we start to feel the slow creep of fatigue, confusion, low mood, and those little aches and pains that seem to multiply overnight. But here's the good news. Sleep can be improved. No matter how long you've been struggling, it's never too late to make changes that work. In this video, we'll go over 5 simple sleep secrets that have helped many people over 65 finally feel rested again. And, more importantly, feel like themselves again. These aren't quick fixes or pills. They're gentle, natural shifts, things you can start doing today. So let's begin with one of the most overlooked, but most powerful, pieces of the sleep puzzle, your relationship with light. Light is something we often take for granted. We open our curtains, switch on a lamp, maybe enjoy some sunlight on a walk, but few of us realize how deeply light controls our internal clock. That internal clock, called your circadian rhythm, is like a 24-hour timekeeper that tells your body when to wake, when to feel alert, and when to wind down for sleep. When it's in sync, your body flows naturally through the day and eases gently into the night. But when it's out of sync, when you don't get enough natural light during the day, or when you're exposed to too much artificial light at night, it throws everything off. Think about this. When was the last time you stepped outside, first thing in the morning, and just soaked in the daylight for a few minutes? That one simple act can send a powerful signal to your brain that says, it's time to be awake now. It resets your body clock, which in turn helps you feel sleepy at the right time later in the evening. A good habit to try is this. As soon as you get up, open your curtains wide or step outside if you can. Just 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight, even on a cloudy day, can make a real difference. And in the evening, dim your lights after dinner. Avoid staring into bright screens, your phone, your TV, your tablet, especially an hour before bed. If you do use them, try turning on night mode or wearing blue light blocking glasses. These simple changes can gently nudge your body back into its natural rhythm. Now, let's talk about something that might seem a little surprising, how your bedtime routine could be doing more harm than good. We all have our little habits before bed. Maybe you like watching a favorite show, reading the news on your phone, or scrolling through social media to see what the grandkids are up to. It feels relaxing in the moment, but your brain doesn't quite see it that way. When you feed your brain stimulation right before sleep, it stays active. It doesn't get the chance to settle, to soften, to breathe. What your body truly craves in the evening is a kind of ritual, a predictable, calming sequence that tells your nervous system it's okay to let go now. That could be as simple as turning off the television and sipping a warm herbal tea, listening to soft music, or taking a warm shower before bed. You don't need anything fancy or complicated. It just needs to feel peaceful and consistent. One gentle technique that many people find helpful is a little thing called pre-sleep winding. About 30 minutes before bed, start to slow things down. Turn down the lights. Stop checking the clock. Do something that calms your mind, maybe light stretching, deep breathing, or even just sitting quietly with your thoughts. What your body truly craves in the evening is a kind of ritual, a predictable, calming sequence that tells your nervous system it's okay to let go now. That could be as simple as turning off the television and sipping a warm herbal tea, listening to soft music, or taking a warm shower before bed. You don't need anything fancy or complicated. It just needs to feel peaceful and consistent. One gentle technique that many people find helpful is a little thing called pre-sleep winding. About 30 minutes before bed, start to slow things down. Turn down the lights. Stop checking the clock. Do something that calms your mind, maybe light stretching, deep breathing, or even just sitting quietly with your thoughts. You'd be amazed how much easier it becomes to fall asleep when your body isn't rushing to shift gears at the last second. You see, sleep isn't like a switch. It's more like a dimmer. You can't go from bright and busy to complete darkness in one snap. But if you give your body and mind that slow descent into rest, it will reward you with deeper, more healing sleep. And while we're here, we need to gently mention a very common habit that gets in the way of good sleep: dozing off during the day. Now, a short afternoon nap can be wonderful, restorative, even. But if you find yourself napping for an hour or more in the late afternoon, or drifting off during the early evening, it could be stealing sleep from your night. It's like borrowing energy from tomorrow's sleep bank. You might feel better for a moment, but when night comes, your body isn't quite ready to sleep again. The balance gets thrown off. A better approach is to keep daytime naps short and sweet, around 20 to 30 minutes, and preferably before 3 p.m. That way, you get a little recharge without disrupting your sleep drive at night. One beautiful thing about getting older is the wisdom we gain, not just in how we see the world, but in how we learn to care for ourselves. And sleep, while it may seem like something that should come naturally, is really a skill, a rhythm, that can be nurtured. When we start treating sleep not as a frustrating mystery, but as a gentle relationship that needs attention and care, everything changes. Our energy improves. Our memory sharpens. We wake up feeling more like ourselves, not less. Now, let's continue exploring this path together. We've already started laying the foundation for better sleep, and now let's go a little deeper into a place that many of us don't realize has such a powerful grip on our sleep: the state of our minds. As the years go on, life gives us many blessings, but also losses, changes, and transitions that can stir up old memories and new worries. Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, eyes wide open, replaying something that happened 20 years ago? Or thinking about tomorrow's doctor appointment, or what you forgot at the grocery store? It's like your body is ready to sleep, but your mind keeps tapping you on the shoulder, saying, "Not just yet." And that's where stress steps into the quiet thief of sleep. Not the kind of stress that makes your heart race in the middle of a storm, but the quieter kind. The slow simmer of thoughts that keep turning over and over. Worry about health, about family, about the future. That mental clutter can trick your body into thinking it still has something important to do, something urgent to solve. And so, sleep takes a back seat. But there's something beautiful in knowing that even a busy mind, can be gently soothed. And it starts with learning how to calm the body from the inside out. One of the most helpful tools here is something that costs nothing, takes very little time, and is always with you: your breath. Just a few minutes of deep, mindful breathing before bed can signal to your nervous system that it's time to relax. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're inviting it. Try this. Before lying down, sit comfortably and gently close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. And then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. You don't need to be perfect. Just breathe with intention. Let each exhale carry away a little of the tension you didn't know you were holding. After a few rounds, you may already feel a subtle shift, like your whole body is being told, "It's safe now. You can rest." Some people find that pairing breath work with a simple phrase helps them quiet the mind. Something like, "I am at peace" on the inhale, and "I let go" on the exhale. Repeating that like a gentle lullaby helps anchor your awareness away from worry and back into calm. And here's another gentle practice that's often overlooked, but can truly be a gift to your nighttime routine: gratitude. You might wonder, what does being grateful have to do with sleep? But the answer is quite a lot. You see, when we go to bed with thoughts of frustration, regret, or fear, our bodies absorb that energy. Our heart rate stays elevated. Our minds stay alert. But when we shift, even slightly, toward thoughts of appreciation, things we're thankful for, no matter how small, we begin to create a peaceful emotional space. That space becomes the garden where sleep can grow. Before bed, Take a moment to think of 3 things that made you smile that day. Maybe it was a kind word from someone, the taste of your favorite soup, or the way the afternoon sunlight fell through your window. Write them down, if you'd like, or simply whisper them to yourself in the dark. Gratitude softens the mind and opens the heart, and sleep follows. Now let's talk about something a little more physical, something many people don't realize is affecting their sleep, even though it happens every single night. I'm talking about your sleep environment. Not just the mattress or the pillow, but the entire feeling of the room you're trying to rest in. Let's pause for a moment and ask, is your bedroom a sanctuary for rest? Or has it slowly become a storage space, a television room, a place for unfinished business? Your sleep space should be sacred, a place that, the moment you step into it, your body knows. This is where I rest. This is where I let go. Start by looking around your room. Is it cluttered? Are there piles of clothes or stacks of books by the bed? Does your mind feel calm when you're in there, or a little on edge? You don't have to do a full makeover, but sometimes just a few small shifts make a huge difference. Clear off the nightstand. Put away anything that doesn't belong. Light a small lamp with a warm, soft glow instead of a bright overhead light. These little signals tell your brain, the day is done. Now is the time for quiet. Temperature also plays a big role. As we age, our body's ability to regulate heat can change, which means that what used to be comfortable might now be keeping us up. Most people sleep better in a slightly cooler room, around 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. If you tend to get cold, use layers you can remove or adjust easily during the night. And if you're someone who wakes up sweating or tossing off the covers, a breathable blanket or cotton sheets can do wonders. And let's not forget noise. The hum of a heater, the barking of a dog outside, or even the ticking of a loud clock can disturb your sleep more than you think. Some people find relief in white noise, like a fan or a soft sound machine, to create a consistent, gentle background that drowns out those little disruptions. Others sleep better in silence. It's all about tuning into what helps you feel safest and most at ease. Even the smell of your bedroom matters. Soft scents like lavender or chamomile have been shown to help slow down the heart rate and ease anxiety. You don't need anything fancy. A few drops of essential oil on a tissue near your pillow or a lightly scented lotion rubbed on your wrist before bed can adjust enough of that calm signal to shift your nervous system. These are quiet changes, but powerful ones, because they all lead to the same message. Your room is a place of peace, a place where your body doesn't have to be on guard, a place where your mind can finally release the weight of the day. As we learn to care for our sleep, what we're really doing is learning to care for ourselves, to honor our rhythms, to protect our quiet, to choose restoration over resistance. Because here's the truth, whispered gently, aging doesn't have to mean accepting poor sleep. You are not too old to feel rested. You are not too late to change. The body remembers how to heal, how to settle, how to drift. Sometimes it just needs a little help getting back to that place. Let's keep going, gently. Gently into the part of sleep we so often forget, what we put inside our bodies. You see, sleep doesn't start at night. It starts long before, sometimes hours earlier, and one of the most powerful influences on how well you sleep is what you eat and drink as the day winds down. Have you ever had a night where you just couldn't fall asleep, and then remembered the coffee or the heavy meal you had late in the evening? It's no coincidence. Our bodies are wise, and they respond to what we give them. After 65, our digestion slows a bit, our tolerance for caffeine or sugar may change, and our internal clock, our circadian rhythm, becomes more sensitive. That means what we consume, especially in the late afternoon and evening, can either invite sleep or push it further away. Caffeine, for example, isn't just in coffee. It hides in tea, chocolate, even some pain relievers. And while you might not feel its effects like you used to, it can still quietly delay your body's ability to relax. If you're someone who enjoys a warm drink after dinner, try switching to a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea, something like chamomile, lemon balm, or rooibos. These aren't just comforting. They actively support relaxation, both mentally and physically. Now, let's talk about food. Many people believe they sleep better with a full belly, but heavy, fatty meals before bed can actually lead to restless sleep, indigestion, or waking up in the middle of the night. Instead, think light. A small snack that combines a bit of protein with a complex carbohydrate can be perfect. A banana with a spoonful of almond butter. A few whole grain crackers with a slice of turkey. These kinds of snacks help your body produce serotonin and melatonin, the hormones that signal sleep. And while we're on the topic of nighttime habits, we need to mention alcohol. This one can be tricky because many people believe a glass of wine helps them sleep. And it's true that alcohol can make you feel drowsy at first. But as your body processes it, it actually disrupts the deeper stages of sleep, especially the restorative kind that helps your brain reset and your body repair. So while an occasional drink with dinner might not be a problem, relying on alcohol as a sleep aid often backfires. What starts as a way to fall asleep quickly becomes a reason you keep waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, heart racing, mind suddenly alert. When it comes to nourishing the body for sleep, balance is key. Eat earlier in the evening if you can, hydrate throughout the day so you're not gulping down water at bedtime, and give your digestion time to rest, just like the rest of you. But beyond food and environment and breath, there's something else, something more personal, more inward. And that's the stories we tell ourselves about sleep. How often have you heard someone say, "I've never been a good sleeper"? Or maybe you've said it yourself, "I just don't sleep well anymore." These beliefs get tucked into our identity. We carry them with us, night after night. And the more we repeat them, the more they feel true. But what if they aren't? What if your body, even now, still remembers how to rest? But the belief that you can't sleep is what's standing in the way. Here's the truth, gently spoken. Your body wants to sleep. It's built to sleep. Sleep is not something you have to force. It's something you allow. So let's try something together. The next time you lie in bed and you feel that old frustration rising, oh no, another sleepless night, pause. Take a slow breath. And instead of fighting your wakefulness, gently say to yourself, "It's okay. My body knows what to do. I'll rest when I'm ready." Remove the pressure. Let sleep be something you drift into, not chase. Some people find comfort in soft music, others in the quiet sound of a guided meditation. Some keep a journal by the bed and jot down the thoughts swirling in their mind, just to let them go. Whatever helps you feel more like a person preparing for rest, not a soldier at war with sleep. That's the path to healing. And here's one more thought, one more gentle truth that might shift everything. Rest is not just sleep. Yes, sleep is precious. But even if you're not sleeping, you can still be resting. You can still be healing. Lying quietly, breathing softly, letting your thoughts come and go like clouds. That, too, is rest. That, too, helps your body. You are not failing if you're awake. You're simply moving through a different rhythm. One that will, eventually, lead you back to sleep. This mindset, this shift from judgment to compassion, is often the very thing that allows true rest to return. So let's not be too hard on ourselves. Let's be soft with our nighttime selves. Let's remember that we are still learning, still growing, still worthy of care, even at this age, especially at this age. And if you wake up tomorrow feeling even a little more refreshed, even a little more at peace, know that your effort mattered. Your kindness to yourself made a difference. And with time, with patience, your sleep can become a place of refuge once again. Here's to the quiet strength in your breath, the beauty of your bedtime rituals, and the deep knowing inside you that rest is always possible. It may not be perfect every night, but it can get better. And so can you. You deserve to sleep deeply, to wake gently, to live with more ease. You're never too old to feel well-rested. You're never too far gone to begin again. And every night is a new chance to return to the calm you've always carried within. Now, take a breath. Let it out slowly. And remember, you are doing just fine.